In this video, I'm going to explain why Kong is being monitored by Apex Cybernetics and not Monarch, so if you're curious, come with me to the end of this video because the answer is much simpler than you think. Welcome to Nerds Insights, your daily nerd news channel. For those who are lost on the subject, I'll explain to you. In the canonical series Monarch Legacy of Monsters, set in 2015, sometime after the events of the G-Day in San Francisco shown in the 2014 Godzilla movie, after several events, the series reaches its final episode in 2017. In its final scenes, Apex Cybernetics, the same company that created Mechagodzilla in the 2021 Godzilla vs. Kong movie, is shown on Skull Island monitoring King Kong. Many people were confused because as far as we know, Dr. Eileen and Monarch are responsible for Kong. They built a containment area for Kong since he was growing too much, and soon Godzilla could appear on Skull Island, seeking a fight to determine the alpha male. But the answer to this question is simpler than you might think. But before we get into the content, I wanted to ask you a question. Would you like me to create an Instagram or a Discord for the channel, both to post news there and to chat with you too? Answer me, I'm very curious, and leave a like too. I said it was the answer, but actually, there are two possibilities that could be happening. The first is that Apex is not actually monitoring Kong, only taking refuge on Skull Island. As we saw in this final episode, Hiroshi, along with Kentaro, managed to find out where and when Kate, Mai, Keiko and Shaw would appear 2 years later on Skull Island. To rescue them, they would have entered Skull Island, set up a base, and waited until the day they would return. However, as Kong is the king of Skull Island, whenever he appears, Apex is forced to retreat, take refuge inside its base, and not dare to face or even talk to Kong. So the first possibility is that Kong is not being monitored. Apex just had the bad luck that the protagonists appeared precisely on Skull Island after 2 years. The other possibility is that Apex was already creating Mechagodzilla. We saw that in 2015, Apex already existed and was heavily investing in technology to study the Titans. And, as we know, they wanted to create an even stronger Titan simply to defeat Godzilla and restore the power hierarchy to humans. So they could have been on Skull Island studying Kong or in some location where no one interfered with their plans. As we saw, Director Verdugo has some kind of relationship with Apex Cybernetics, so it could be that at some point, Apex stopped monitoring Kong and passed this responsibility to Dr. Eileen and Monarch, as Apex had already studied everything necessary for its Mechagodzilla project, only lacking the consciousness of Monster Zero in 2019. We also know that Apex has full knowledge of Kong, so much so that they convinced Dr. Eileen to let Kong guide them to the Hollow Earth. So they already knew that Kong had this ability. It's as if they knew Kong much more than we think. So the possibility is that they were on Skull Island studying Kong and later this responsibility was passed on to Monarch. And only later did Apex need Kong again to reach the Hollow Earth. Now click on that button appearing on your screen and subscribe to the channel. Your subscription is very important to keep this channel active with news every day. And if you keep your notification bell on, you will receive all the news in the palm of your hand. It's very easy. Don't forget to take care of yourself and until next time.